Hello.
Hi, Mr. Luc Besson.
Hello.
My name is Fernando and I'm from a comic book website called Legião dos Heróis. This is one of the most beautiful movies that I saw in my entire life. Everything looks so colorful, all the landscapes look so alive, and the city, Alpha, seems to be a living character in the story.
Yeah.
How was the concept to create this whole universe, and do you intend to expand it even more if the movie gets a sequel?
You know, it's in the comic book from the 70s. Alpha always exists, and it's such a symbol of living together. You know, it's almost like a big city of today. It's like Sao Paulo or Manhattan or Paris, and you have 8,000 species living in the same time. And you have Gasland on the north, you have Aqualand on south for the one living in different kind of liquids. You have the humans affiliates living on the west, and it's 18 million people living together. And the symbolic of it was perfect for me, because the biggest message of the film is let's live together. We are not so different. And to show that we are not so different, let's welcome aliens now, and then we will see, because they are different for sure, you know. So yeah, Alpha is half of the film is in this space station, but what was very interesting for me is to show the beginning of Alpha, and the beginning is 1975 with footages that we have seen before between the Russian and the American shaking hands in space, and it's the beginning of the space station. The European comes after the Chinese, the Brazilian, the Australian, everyone is coming. And then the first alien arrived on the 22nd century. And the 20th. Yeah, and then you see that, oh my God, it's possible. We can live together, in fact.
You started the movie with the character established, but do you make some story, some backstory, some background story to Valerian in your mind, or do you read the comics? How do you prepare the setting?
Yeah, I read the comics, and you know, Luc has done, it's unique, but Luc as a director has already done so much of that work, so he handed us like, you know, pages and pages on all of the characters, and like it said how Valerian became Valerian and all that, and you can read about it a little bit in the comics. So I used all the resources I could, but I didn't have to create anything myself because it was already all there for me.
How different is this role from the previous ones like Andrew in Chronicle and Harry in The Amazing Spider-Man, beside the fact that they were villain?
Yeah, well, it's really different. You know, I think that's what's exciting, is you know, they're all, you could, I guess, find some kind of through line in the kind of movie that those movies are, but the characters I play are so different, and Valerian is kind of like the uncomplicated hero. You know, he's there to save the day, and that was exciting to have that opportunity.
Well, now we're seeing a lot of comic book adaptations from the most different studios, but they are mostly based on American comic books. What do you think that is the greatest difference between Valerian and other heroes like Batman or Superman or Spider-Man?
Well, you know, Valerian's in an equal partnership with his partner Laureline. You know, he would be nothing without Laureline. He's flawed. You know, he's not a perfect person, and him alone is not enough to save the day. His superpower is almost his like blind ambition. You know, he'll run at any problem head first because he's never failed, and he'll jump off a cliff because there's always been either luck by his side or Laureline there to catch him. But there is a cockiness to him, you know, that is obviously masking something, and it's this more sensitive, romantic side of himself, and this side that deep down realizes that he would be nothing without his partner and without Laureline, and that's why in the movie, you know, he wants to spend the rest of his life with Laureline.
Well, this is the first movie of Valerian, but you choose not to tell the origin of the characters. They're established as governmental agents and they're called upon a mission, and that's the story. But would you like to explore the past of Valerian and Laureline?
Sure, I would.
And what would you show in a sequel, follow the consequences of the first movie?
No, I start to go straight in the adventure. I think that I want to show the universe. I want to show, you know, the energy of the film. And we basically know they're cops, so we presume they went to military schools, and they probably met one day. And yeah, so we established that it's here. We don't know so much what happened before, and I hope that we can make another one. So you will know later. You will know what happened to them.
I hope so. One of the best things of Valerian are the visual effects. All the landscapes look so alive and everything so colorful. What is your favorite location of this fictional universe, and which one was the funniest scene to record?
I really liked being in our spaceship because it was one of our only practical sets. And it was at the end of filming, like 5 months of filming, we finally got to sit in this practical set, which was our spaceship. And it just felt cool to be there, like sitting in my spaceship, filming a movie. You know, that was really fun. It was a really cool.
The scene of the big market must be so hard to record, right? Do you have any visual references or just dots and marks of CGI? How was that scene to record?
Well, it just depended, you know? I mean, sometimes there were visual references. He always showed us what he wanted it to look like, but a lot of times it was just one, like, photograph of, like, this is big market. That was a really hard sequence to understand. And I think it's amazing watching the movie and seeing how Luc brought it to life, and everyone just gets it. You know, they don't have any questions. It's like multiple dimensions, and you're running through different things, and his arm is in this dimension, his body's in that dimension, but he's invisible in this dimension, and everyone just gets it. You know, I think that's the genius of Luc Besson, and how he brought that scene to life is so stunning.
Would you like to work in a comic book movie from an American publisher like Marvel or DC Comics, or do you think that
no, honestly,
it's
no.
personal?
No, honestly, no.
No.
I mean, I have fun to watch them once in a while, but now we're number 5, 6, 7, and we don't know which hero work with which hero between Marvel and DC Comics, and for me it became too much commercial and too much fast food, and the creativity is lower now, and I'm fine. They do whatever they want, but you know, these films are here to show the supremacy of America and how America defends the rest of the world. And this is a concept that I'm not agree with. I think we are all big people. We are all responsible. Brazilians, French, Italian, Chinese, Russian, and Americans. I was talking the other day, which country in the world will have the guts to call a film Captain Brazil or Captain France? And the American called Captain America. And everybody is like, oh yeah, sure. And I'm like, are you kidding? You know, like, yeah, America is a great country, but there's many great countries also around the world, and the diversity is a force. When the diversity meets, if we're exchanging together, then that's where we're stronger. Not when you isolate yourself and pretend that you're the best and you're the big.
That's a nice idea.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.